Hello YouTube, this is Creative Duelist here representing Team FTK, and I've been making decks creative since 2016. Welcome folks. Now today I'm here with Kozmo again with an updated video. Subscriber of course requested for a little update. I've updated this as best as I can, but before I get on with the deck profile I have a few things to say. We have Patreon. If you folks are new to the channel and would like to pledge, please check out our Patreon to support us on a personal level. All of that money goes towards our content and of course equipment. It is greatly appreciated if you become pledge and become a supporter. But of course that's completely optional. We also have PayPal if you folks cannot do Patreon. PayPal, of course, occasional tips and donations, that is also heavily appreciated. So please, if you'd like to tip us, that is also an option. Now, of course, we are sponsored by Inked Gaming. They sell a wide variety of items such as mats, keyboards, mouses, etc. So if you folks would like to purchase something from Inked Gaming, please make sure you punch in the promo code TEAMFTK10. I repeat, TEAMFTK10 for your 10% discount on anything you shall purchase through Inked Gaming. Please take advantage of that little discount, and of course happy shopping. And if you have any issues, please make sure you comment down below. Have any questions, please check out of course the description to see anything such as our links and anything else and all the instructions that shall be implemented. But anyway, we're here with Kozmo. I've updated this build as best as I could, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's begin. Okay, starting off with the monsters, I'm going to start with the ships. Starting off with the one Kozmo Dark Eclipse, and let me zoom that in for you folks just in case you cannot see that. Awesome. So all of the ships have this universal effect. Basically when they're destroyed, doesn't matter how, it really doesn't matter how they're destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can banish them, and you can basically special summon a Kozmo monster with a level lower than the monster you banished. But the only exceptions is Dark Eclipser and I think it's Dark Planet. We don't play that, but Eclipser, instead of summoning something from the deck, instead of floating into something else, he allows you to add the monster to your hand instead. It's okay. I'd prefer if it just floated, but still, Dark Eclipse is still strong. Also, Dark Eclipse has a nice little effect where you can basically negate your opponent's activation of traps by banishing a Kozmo monster in your grave, which is very strong. And again, of course, he cannot negate the counter traps because they're the fastest reacting, traps in the game. Spell speed 3, unfortunately. So yeah, that's going to round up him. Got on to the rest of the Kozmo monsters. One of my favourite ships. Cool name as well. Triple Kozmo Dark Destroyer. Of course, he's standard when he's summoned. When it's normal or special summon, you can target one monster from the field and destroy it. Dark Destroyer is really cool. Now that we have him at 3, you can still do the FTK if you manage to get both the Dark Destroyers on field and float into them and then kill your opponent that way. And Dark Destroyer is standard. Rest of the other ships, he floats down into the lower levels, and Dark Destroyer is just so formidable because of course he can't be targeted by card effects. So yeah, triple Dark Destroyer. Now for the little ships, I've got triple Kozmo Slip Rider. You can cut this down to 2, but I play 3, given the fact that it allows me more extra deck options. Slip Rider is pretty nice. He blows up spell and trap cards when he's normal or special summoned, and of course the same universal effect to float down into something less. And of course got the double Kozmo Forerunner. I went in the wrong order, but who cares? We got double Forerunner. Forerunner is one of my favorite ones as well. He gives you life points. He gives you 1,000 life points during your standby phase, which of course helps in grind game because of how the rules have changed with time. Helps you in grind game. You just sit on a Forerunner, gain life points, and you win that way. And I just like Forerunner because you can float down into less things and they can't target him. So it's pretty cool. Alrighty, now on to the pilots. Pretty much going to start with the triple Kozmo tin can, of course, hashtag tin can win can. Once you get tin can on field, you should win, man. Look at me with the rhymes. But anyway, tin can, of course, your win condition. Once you get tin can on field, it's really cool because you can interact with your opponent's end phase. So during either player's turn, your player's end phase, you could basically go into your deck, pick 3 Kozmo cards. They have to be different, of course, and your opponent picks one and the rest go to grave. So this works really well with Call the Haunted, stuff that recurs. So you can, if they send a Dark Destroyer off and you got Call the Haunted and, they send off your other ships, then it's really good because then you can just recur it and then, of course, also get a ship to your hand. He's a bit of a gamble sometimes because if you pick the spell and traps and your opponent picks Rice, you'll end up losing and minusing because you lose those crucial spells and traps that you really need in your hand rather than the grave. But of course, that's the risk you take. But you do have to pay life points. You have to pay 500 to use that effect to reveal 3 from the deck. And of course, the standard universal effect with the pilots to tag them out to summon something higher. And I've got double Strawman. Strawman is really good. I love Strawman. He's so cheap. Basically, you can you can pay 500 life points and you can target basically any Kozmo monster that's banished and special summon it on the field, but its effects negated and it's destroyed at the end phase. This is really good because it interacts well with the ships. So if you got a Dark Destroyer that's in the banish, that's BFR'd, you can basically bring it back with the Strawman, attack for like 3k for free, and attack with the Strawman, and then at the end phase, Dark Destroyer will pop itself, and then you basically get to use Dark Destroyer to float down and bring something else. Or there's another combo you can do. Say if you don't have a pilot, you don't have a ship, and you have Eclipser, you can bring out Eclipser, attack with Eclipser, and end phase Eclipser pops, and then you can just grab something from the deck, so you can search a Dark Destroyer and then have something to tag out Strawman with. So it's really good in that aspect. You've got a couple of options and combos you can do. But yeah, continuing on with the pilots, the double Sork Troopers, again, just to help you bring back any of the lower level psychic monsters, because it sucks when you lose them. So Sork Troopers just there to kind of help you recur back your your lower level psychic monsters. So Sork Troopers very good in that aspect. For the one-offs, got the one Dark Lady. Dark Lady's just there for negating monster effects. One Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch, one of my favorite ones as well. She's like a wall. So you can pay 1,000 life points and she cannot be destroyed by battle card effects, which is really cool. I know it's a bit costly with the life points, but I like that effect because it's guaranteed to still have something on the field almost, unless they banish it or something. But still, I like Wicked Witch. It ensures that you have a body on the field to tag out next turn. So I like Wicked Witch in that aspect. I still play the one farm girl. I still go with the whole ideology of only playing one. Back when Kozmos, before we had the full support, we had to max her out at 3. That was when she was really expensive. Back then, the format, you could get away with poking for 15. It's rare that you even get her effect to do that, to search. So that's why I only play one farm girl, because she can be a little bricky at times. You can play the second copy if you'd like, but I still like the principle of just playing the one copy because you don't always get it off. And if the need arises, you can always search it and then do it. But yeah, that's going to round up the whole the Kozmo lineup. The only monster now I play is the double Ash Blossoms. Yes, folks, I finally got the Ash Blossoms. But yes, just double Ash Blossoms, just to stop our opponent, impede them, so we can push and kill our opponent. So that's going to round up the whole monster lineup, folks. Going on to the spells, got triple Kozmo Town, one of my favourite field spells. I kind of threw it out the angle, but Kozmo Town is really good for recursion. Grab back your banished Kozmo monsters, but you lose life points depending on their own levels, and of course I like Kozmo Town because it's an inherent plus, because obviously if they destroy Kozmo Town or you destroy it, you always get a search. So I love Kozmo Town in that aspect. So no one is never quick to destroy Kozmo Town. Two ofs, double Call by the Grave. You can max this to 3. I play only 2 because I hate bricking into it sometimes. But Call by the Grave, really important. You don't want to get your tin can stopped. Double Allure of Darkness. I love this card. People shouldn't sleep on it. It's a plus because if you banish Dark Destroyer, you draw. You're basically getting 3 cards to your hand, because if you have Kozmo Town and this, and you activate Allure of Darkness, you draw 2 cards, and you banish your Dark Destroyer or your Dark Eclipser or your Dark Eclipser. You can use Town to grab back the Dark Destroyer, so you basically still have the Dark Destroyer to tag on to the field. So I like Allure of Darkness in that aspect for that little combo. Double Terraforming Standard. 1 obs, 1 limiter removal. It's disgusting, you know, dealing with 2 big meaty Dark Destroyers that are 6k. Who can complain? 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Reasoning. I love Reasoning. I wish it was still at 3. Keep my opponent guessing. 1 1-for-1. Again, Kozmo Tin Can Win Can. 1 E-Telly, 1 Gold Sark, and 1 Regeki to round up the spell lineup, folks. Traps are very small. I'll blitz through them real quick. Triple Call the Haunted, and 1 Oasis, again for our recursion, because we will send the ships will, you know, 9 times out of 10 hit the grave a lot because of Tin Can. Double Kozmo Joe, just to deal with things we can't target. And I only play 1 Full Force because I cannot for the life of me find my epidemics. I checked my old build, like my Dark Lords, couldn't find it. If you folks would like to just take this out, because Full Force really works well with the Dog Fighters. I don't play Dog Fighter because it's kind of mainly dedicated to playing Full Force with it. But you know, take out Full Force, play like 2 or 3 copies of Epidemics, up to you. Epidemic, you know, I would never sleep on that card. That card is disgusting. Epidemic, a player, and you know, GG no re. But yes, folks, that's going to round up the whole main deck. Okay, onto the extra deck. I've prepped something I've prepped like a suggestion that you folks can play. Really and truly, I rarely go into my extra deck. It's extremely rare for me to go into extra deck because the main deck puts in so much work. But I'll still give you some options. So you can make the package, the Cyber Dragon package, with the 2 Slip Riders. Of course, you can make the Constellar package as well. Really strong. Some level 8s you can play here as well. Let me go up for you folks so you folks can see it. I'll zoom out a little bit. So yeah, so got a couple of level 8s you can play. Puppet Grinder, Puppet Giant Grinder. You can play Lancelot, Valgrand. You can play Zombiestein. The Dark Destroyers are dark, so you can summon Zombiestein. There's some Link stuff. Wee Witch, you know, Wee Witch, Borreload, Borosword. The options are completely up to you. But yes, folks, that's going to round up the whole main deck, extra deck, and the whole profile. So thank you all for watching. If you folks enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, comment down below. Feedback is always nice to hear. Tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. Remember, check out those links down below: Patreon, PayPal, Int Gaming. Take advantage of that discount, and of course, happy shopping. This is the Creative Duelist representing Team FDK, signing out. Stay creative and have a good day. Peace.